Teach me your ways. I'm ready to learn. Silence, pupil. First, you must learn the fundamentals of basic card magic. Then, you'll be on your way to the path of virtuousness. Master, I'm ready. Please teach me. All right. Get your fingers ready. And a deck of cards, because you're gonna need it. Oh, Master, I'm so ready. My body is ready. Now, you learn the double undercut. Yo, thanks for tuning in to Ellusionist Magic Trading Facility. This is the first of a long run of training tips for magicians. We are going to cover tips, performance tips, how to book gigs, how to edit your stuff, tutorials, cardistry, everything you need to know about being a magician. Well, everything except actually going out and performing. That's up to you. First, we gotta learn the basics. Today I'm gonna teach you about the infamous double undercut. Now, a lot of you are probably familiar with the double undercut because you probably use it. Probably one of the most beginner and basic moves that you can do in card magic to control a card. That being said, this technique is widely used from beginners to advanced. Even David Blaine and Copperfield and all these guys will use the double undercut because it's just something that you can do easily in performance without straying from what you're saying. So you don't have to concentrate and be like, I'm controlling a card right now. You can literally do it while you're talking, blah, blah, blah. It's done. The card is controlled. Thanks for tuning in, and let's get into it. I hate when people say that. Why do they always say that? Let's get into it. Let's dive right in. Let's get right into it. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. So first and foremost, go ahead and grab yourself a deck of cards. With me, I have the Knights playing cards, available in the link below. Grab any deck of cards that you might like, new or old, it doesn't really matter, and hold this deck in dealer's grip. This is the grip that you use to deal. Literally just holding the deck in your hand. In your left hand if you're right-handed. What you're going to do, there are multiple ways to get a break, and I'm gonna go over a few of them, but basically what you want to do is have the spectator select a card. Now they could select a card like this, they could select it like this. Any of these ways is fine as long as you get them to look at one card. So let's say that is the card that they are looking at. This goes on top. I catch a break in the back like this, a small brief, pretty large brief, but that's fine. And then I cut half of the bottom part to the top and the other half of the bottom part to the top, controlling their selection. Now let's take a look at what that looks like from behind the scenes. You can riffle down just like that, have them look at a card, in this case the 5 of clubs. It goes right onto that pack. This pack here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna drop it to the back and then push it forward. And see what that does? It creates this little lip, this thing. Well, that, your thumb is now gonna come in and push on that lip, creating a break, and you're gonna hold that break with your pinky right here. And that's all it looks like. So from the front, it doesn't look like much. You try to hide that as much as possible. But from the back, you got this gaping chasm, and that's where you're going to be able to control the card. So naturally, this isn't done under the spectator's direct vision. It's kind of done casually. Once they've selected the card, you give it a moment or a beat, and then afterwards, you just kind of like casually cut half of the bottom to the top and the other half of the bottom to the top, controlling the card to the top. Now, if you were to do this from a selection like this, they were to select a card. Few things you can do here. You can have them push it in like this, and as you go to push it in, you can push down, creating that break, rotate the break, and so now it's back here, and then once again, perform the double undercut. But for simplicity's sake, let's do just the simple version. So you're going to dribble. If you don't know how to dribble cards, you literally just hold the deck like this, your index presses here, and it's riffled from your thumb. Kind of like opening the pages of a book, but in your hand. You instruct the spectator. Spectator, please say stop whenever you like. Stop right there. Oh, how kind of you. Look at that card. It's this card here. Now, you can riffle these on, which a lot of people like doing. So if you riffle from the back, it still creates that break, that in jog, right? Or you can just drop it and sort of shuck the deck forward, still keeping that in-jog card. It's just a magic thing that happens by itself. So you look at a card, 5 of diamonds, dribble on top, shuck forwards, right hand comes in, pretends to square it up, but actually I'm lifting that pack and I'm creating that break, holding it with my pinky, and now I'm going to gesture as you would when talking. That's all I got. Once you're there, your thumb is going to hold that break with your middle finger and index on the top. And so you're transferring that pinky break into a little thumb break just like that. Oh, sorry about that. Just like that. And half of the bottom pack, so you're gonna break off half of the bottom pack. You're just gonna let that fall into your left hand and you're gonna bring it to the top. And then you're gonna drop that other half and bring it to the top, leaving the selected card on top. Now, this can also be achieved to control a card to the bottom of the deck. Very simple, same technique, except when they say stop, you show them this card here. Boom. They look at it. This is the Jack of Spades in this case. Same thing, I drop it in the back, square it up while creating that break. And now, same again, double undercut, only this time the card is controlled to the bottom. So those are two ways of controlling a card to the bottom and top, very versatile. And these techniques can be used at all times, anytime. So if you're looking for a surefire way to control a card, this is it. Once again, a final look from the front. Dribble, they look at a card. I can dribble back here, looks all messy, but I've still got that brief, that little in jog. Thumb goes in here, catches that break with the pinky, transfer it to the thumb, release half the deck, put it on top, release the bottom, put it on top, and the card is controlled to the top. You can also do a triple undercut. I don't know if that's a thing, but let's say they see that card. Now you can go 1, and you can go 2, and then you can go 3 if you like, and that card is still controlled to the top. So really up to you, but the best way to perform this is just casually when they say stop, you look at a card, and now you're squaring up. You're just gonna wait here for a second, give it a couple moments, and say something like, so you remember your card? I want you to think about that card. And while you think about that card, I want you to really sort of imagine what that card would look like in your mind. As I'm doing this, it's already done. I can proceed to do some false overhand shuffles or these type of things, but we'll get into those type of things in later videos. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in to the very first video of our magic training facility on YouTube. These videos will be uploaded twice a week, including other videos and content that you guys are gonna love, but stay tuned every Monday and every Thursday, where the videos will appear in your browser. Make sure to hit the notification and subscribe if you wanna be alerted. Until next time, peace. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Once again, hit the subscribe button if you want to be notified for more of these videos, and check out some of our other content that we have laid out for you right here. Have a good day. Bye.